What is up guys, Ben here, and welcome back to the highly anticipated How to Win Division 1 tutorial. Now, I said to you the other day that I was going to do a really nice edit job on it basically, where I was going to edit everything, I was going to pause bits of the gameplay and say what was good about it and what was bad, what I could have done better. But basically I'm not that good at editing, and it frustrated me so long. I'm just going to talk you through basically what I do. First thing you're going to see on your screen is the team and now the instructions that I give each player. If you're playing the 4-3-3-2, that is. If you're playing any other formation, then I'm sorry, I cannot help you in any way, shape or form. This is the only formation I use. It's the only formation I can physically use and win. This and the 4-2-3-1, both of the variants of that. But that is the team that I'm going to be using, and I'm just going to show you the team that I played against here. This is the guy that I actually played against. I'm just going to show you the first half. I chose this game because the guy was a really quite decent opponent, but I did put the hurt on him slightly because I did certain things right, and I did certain things wrong, if you know what I mean. So the first thing I do when I start a game in Division 1 is I drop it back to defensive straight away. Now, a lot of people hate the whole defensive, ultra defensive, pot the bus sort of thing. But to be honest with you, it's so handy to have. You know, if you drop to defensive as soon as the game starts, then it changes the whole shape of your formation. You know, everybody sits a little bit deeper. You've got your three front men that are still going, and you know it's brilliant. You know, it's a really nice way to play, I think. Obviously, my front three are very, very quick, and that is something that you guys either love or hate, depending on what type of player you are. If you're a player that can go without pace, then bloody good on you, because I know I can't. You know, the slowest player I think I can use up front is Thierry Henry, and that is a bit of a struggle, but, you know, I have to have some relatively pacey players around him, so it's kind of weird, but, you know, if you can go without pace, then it's pretty damn, it's awesome for you, basically. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk you through basically how I play and how I feel other people play in Division 1. Now, what I've noticed in Division 1 is that I've only done a couple of seasons in Division 1, so, you know, I'm not the best person to go on about. I've won Division 1, but you know, if you want someone to give you a proper in-depth sort of detailing of how Division 1 is, then this isn't quite the video for you, although I have a pretty good idea of what goes on. So basically what I find is that the country that your team you support in real life, say if you're from Spain and or you're not even from Spain, but you support Barcelona, you usually support Barcelona because you like the way they play football, so you try and replicate that in game, and you're trying to pass the ball around a lot more, you're trying to play the possession game a lot more. And that's what I kind of find, you know, what the Italians do, usually when I play them, you know, this is a stereotype basically, but usually when I play Italian people on FIFA, what they do is they drop it back to defensive or ultra defensive, move the ball around, get a goal, and then just sit back and sponge the attacks. People from Germany are different, you know, because they play like the national side, I feel. They play very direct football, very good football, possession football as well. Usually people from England, because the Premier League is such a high-paced league, what I find is people that support a team from the Premier League like to attack. They don't like build-up play. This is exactly what I don't really like. I just love attacking, and that is what I try and do. Like I said, I drop it to defensive, so if the person is good, then I can sponge the attack, hit them on the counter-attack, just like Chelsea do in real life. So, depends on what your style of play is. It depends on how you should play, but basically what I struggle against anyway is what I'm going to tell you. Basically in divisions, if you play someone that hogs possession, if you will, and just passes the ball around solidly, it's so hard to win, because obviously you've got very little time on the ball. You know, we're talking like when someone has like 65 to 70% possession, you know, you're struggling to get goals because you only have a couple of attacks a game. So, you know, it's kind of weird and it's kind of hard, but, you know, possession is a very good way to play if you play like it. But what I suggest that you do is you do not force yourself to play a certain style. I tried doing that on FIFA 14. I tried forcing myself to play possession, forcing a passing game more, and you just can't do it. You can't force yourself to change a style. Well, you can do it, but not very quickly. You know, you can't go from being an all-out attacker to being a possession kind of player in a day and expect to win every game. You know, all you'll end up doing is reverting back to what you know best, which is exactly what I do when I try and play possession. So, you know, it completely depends on your style of play again. But the way I find to win Division 1 is you have to find a team you are comfortable with. Now, for those of you that don't know, or for those of you that know my channel, I know a lot of you are, you wouldn't have seen my FIFA 14 stuff. Basically, throughout the whole of FIFA 14, I had a basic Bundesliga side, and I tried to find ways to improve that side. I tried to find ways to make it better, and what that was doing is it was making me comfortable with the outline of a team, and just changing one or two players here or there to make the team better, which is exactly what I am doing on this FIFA. I started off with the 4-3-3 second variant, and I started off without Hazard, you know, without Ramsey, without Matic, you know, and without Bale obviously as well. And what I tried to do then is I tried to improve each position. And for those of you that are trying to make hybrid squads, you are going to suffer in one position, and that is what I've done. I'm not calling my team a hybrid, but I am suffering in Ramsey a little bit. Ramsey's very good, but he's not as good as the likes of Ramirez, and I have to have Ramsey there to get Bale a little bit of chemistry. So you will be suffering on the chemistry a little bit. So you need to find a team, or not on the chemistry, so you will be suffering on one position. So you do need to find a team that suits you well. And you need to find a team that you're comfortable with and that you use a lot. Because what I found out that I did at the beginning of last year, on last FIFA 14, was I changed squad all the time. I couldn't quite get used to one squad. And when you can't quite get used to one squad, you know, you're sort of struggling. So what I suggest you do is you build a side that you like the look of, or that, you know, that you found on the internet or anything like that, Foothead, Footwears, YouTube, you know, find a squad that you like the look of. Play with it in either the tournaments or the single lines to get used to it. Get used to where all the players are on the pitch. Get used to how it plays. Get used to its strengths and weaknesses. You know, get used to what you prefer to go. Whether you want to go on attacking, whether you want to go on defensive. You know, what instructions you want to play. Obviously, you saw the instructions that I played on my players at the beginning of the game. And then what you want to do is then you want to take it into divisions. Once you're used to the team, you know where the players are. You know where the runs are going to be made. You can take that squad into divisions then, and you can go ahead and win Division 1. Division 1 is an extremely hard league. It was the easiest. Like when I did it quite early on in the game this year, and it was quite easy. I don't know for whatever reason. I tried it again recently, and it was a really hard. You know, Division 1 is hard. You know, Division 1 is hard. It's the hardest division, obviously, and not everybody is going to be able to win it. I would imagine if you keep going on throughout the whole of FIFA, keep plucking away, you will get that one run where you play people that are as bad or as good as you, or if not worse, you know, and that's what you've got to do. You've just got to keep playing, you've got to keep getting used to the squads, you've got to keep making little tweaks here and there, maybe change the instructions around, maybe change your formation, you know, maybe change your striker, you know, whatever you're struggling, if you're struggling to score goals, you know, then that's all fine. The thing is with this year's FIFA is that, especially after the update, defending is incredibly easy. I'm sure you've seen a 1,000 videos on this already. Nepenthes made a video where he showed that you don't actually have to defend. It auto changes you to the man that's closest to the ball. All you've got to do is hold RB, and when it changes you, tackle the guy. You know, and it is incredibly easy to defend this year. And that is what I'm finding. That is what I find hard to do when people are playing this system. Obviously, you'll get people that defend by themselves, but every now and then you will get someone who doesn't, and you'll get someone who lets the computer defend for them, and it is incredibly hard, and you'll have a very bad time in Division 1 if you find yourself against someone who's good in attack and then uses that defensive system. So I'm not going to lie, Division 1 is a lot harder now, and the odds are that, you know, if you're watching a tutorial, you're struggling in Division 1, aren't you? Unless you're just watching my videos because you're a subscriber. But if you're not a subscriber and you're watching this video, it is because you're struggling in Division 1. All you've got to do is you just got to keep plucking away. And the thing that I'm going to suggest is not something that I like suggesting, is you're going to have to spend money. I know a few people that are, well, I know one person that's incredibly good at FIFA and he doesn't need a good team to win Division 1. But like I said, if you're watching this tutorial, the odds are you're going to be struggling in Division 1 and you will have to spend money because the team this year is so crucial. I showed you a video, I think it was in the Thierry Henry's Road to Glory final, where I was thrashing a guy basically. Then he brought on Ronaldo, he brought on Robben, he brought on not Thierry Henry, he brought on Yaya Toure, and then the game turned. You know, the game is so solidly around the team, which is what it should be. I'm not going to lie, it should be that. You know, the highest rated players should be the best players. They should be incredible. You know, Ronaldo, 93 rated Ronaldo, whatever, 92 rated Ronaldo, whatever he is, should be absolutely incredible. You know, Messi should be absolutely incredible, and that is exactly what they are. So what I suggest to you guys is you go out and you keep plucking away and you keep getting used to a squad. You know, you just tweak little things here and there, instructions, formations, positions, stuff like that, as this guy rage quits, and you will eventually win Division 1. But then anyway guys, like I said, it's not a hugely helpful tutorial, but I'm sure you guys will be helped in a slight way with this video. You know, even if it's just to let you know about instructions and just drop it to defensive and stuff like that. Get used to a squad, and you should be absolutely ready to rock and roll. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be out tomorrow, career mode, and thank you for watching. Adios.